Liam worked the latch, shut the draft, and stood there like a dude who'd forgotten how to breathe. The apartment still smelled faintly like her shampoo, coconut and drugstore vanilla. He checked the sender again. Nora. Same number. Same little heart he'd added the night they got engaged. His phone buzzed on the counter. Nora. Eat something that isn't toast and sadness. For real? He laughed once, a broken cough. He texted, "Who is this?" Delivered. Read. Typing bubbles. Nora. You promised you'd try, remember? Liam stared at the fridge like it might explain life. He opened it. Leftover pasta, old salsa, 0 answers. On the top shelf sat a sticky note. Buy lemons. Nora's handwriting. He hadn't been able to peel it off since the hospital. He called Nora's sister Ava. Hey, weird thing. I think someone cloned Nora's number. Ava's voice went careful, like stepping around glass. Scam stuff? Texts sound like her. Block it. I can't. The words surprised him. I just can't. He took the blue tie from the chair. Today was his first day back at the firm. Go be human, Nora would say. The world doesn't stop because we're hurting. On the walk to the subway, his phone vibrated again. Nora. Left your coffee on the counter, babe. He checked his hand. Empty. He'd been so rattled, he forgot the travel mug. He stood there on the sidewalk, wind punching his jacket, and wanted to yell at the sky like an idiot. He typed, "Where are you?" Delivered. No reply. At his desk, the city buzzing outside, he finally got another text. Nora, proud of you. Breathe. He closed his eyes and did exactly that. For the first time in weeks, air made it all the way in. At lunch, Liam met Jordan from work, the guy who joked too much because silence made him itchy. Jordan stared at the phone. Dude, if that's a prank, it's cruel. If it's not, I don't even know. I called the carrier, Liam said. They said the number's active on an eSIM and listed under Memoralink messaging services. Jordan frowned. That's one of those griefbot apps, right? Like AI texting you back using old messages. Liam shook his head. I never signed up. And this stuff, this is new. The window, the tie. That's not in her texts. Jordan chewed his burger like he was mad at it. Maybe somebody used her social to enroll. People are trash. Yeah. Liam's eyes burned. But the tone? It's Nora. The dumb little phrases. Toast and sadness. She said that when our toaster broke and we ate cold bread for a week. Jordan softened. You want me to dig? I know a guy who knows a guy. Please. That night, Liam scrolled old photos until the room got blurry. He had a stupid habit of counting the freckles on Nora's shoulders like they were constellations. The texts had stopped. He brushed his teeth, turned off lights, and lay down in a bed that felt too big and too loud. At 2:03 a.m., his phone buzzed on the nightstand. Nora. Can't sleep either. Nora. Check the hall closet. He sat up, heart sprinting. The hall closet held coats, a vacuum, and grief he avoided. Inside, on the top shelf, sat a shoebox. He recognized it. She'd labeled it rainy day stuff, with a smiley face. Hands cold, he opened the lid. Inside, their movie stubs, a packet of hot cocoa, a flash drive, and a Polaroid of Nora at the beach, hair wild, flipping the camera off because the wind stole her hat. Tucked under it, a sealed envelope. Liam, open when you're ready. Okay. Universe. That's a lot. He didn't open it right away. He sat on the hallway floor in sweats like a lost teenager, envelope in his palm, back against the wall his landlord still hadn't painted. The apartment hummed. Pipes, neighbors, city. He texted the number. Nora, is this you? Delivered. Read. Nora. It's the part of me that knew you'd need a list. He swallowed. That sounds exactly like her. Liam slid a butter knife under the flap and unfolded her letter. Nora's handwriting, a little crooked, hearts instead of dots on a couple E's, because she refused to be fully grown up. Liam, If you're reading this, I'm either on a beach in Mexico and forgot to tell you, which, be real, I could forget sunscreen, not you, or I'm somewhere you can't see yet. Probably the second one. I hate that sentence, but I love you more. Okay, game plan. You spiral when things don't have steps. So, steps. 1, drink water, like a glass, right now. Don't roll your eyes. 2, eat something that isn't toast. 3, you're going to get the texts I set up with Ava's help. She'll deny it, she's dramatic. I wanted your mornings to have my voice for a while. Not forever, promise. It's scheduled, not spooky. If it gets weird, stop it. You're the boss of the living. 4, there's a flash drive in this box. It's a voice memo. Don't listen tonight. Do it on a day you felt like you did good. Reward unlocked. 5, raise the blinds at least once a day. Sun on your plant babies or they'll revolt. P.S. The blue ties for your first day back. Yes, I told Ava where you hide it. Don't be mad. Love is logistics. And Liam stared at the paper until letters doubled. The texts weren't ghosts. They were love on a timer. He laughed and cried at the same time like an idiot in a sitcom. He called Ava. She didn't pick up. He called again. She answered, voice thick. You found the closet, huh? Why didn't you tell me? She sniffed. Because you wouldn't have opened it. Because you hate help until it shows up uninvited. Because I promised her. Ava came over with grocery bags she pretended were for herself. She cooked enough pasta to feed a baseball team, then sat cross-legged on the couch. She set up the text 2 months before. You know, bad week at the hospital. She said, if I'm not around to heckle him into eating, this thing will. Liam rubbed his eyes. That app uses her voice. It uses her old messages as training data, then schedules prompts we wrote together. Like reminders, private jokes, some randomization so it doesn't feel robotic. He nodded. That explains the morning ones, but the window, the tie, the shoe box. Ava looked at the floor. I came by yesterday to water plants. I cracked the window because the place was stuffy. I put the tie on the chair because today was your first day back. The shoe box was her idea. I just waited until you asked. Jesus, Ava! He wasn't mad. He was grateful and wrecked. Thank you. His phone buzzed on the coffee table. Nora, be nice to my sister, Dingus. Ava's mouth fell open. Okay, that one's freaky. I didn't write that. Liam typed, how did you know she was here? Nora, because you two sound the same when you're trying not to cry. Ava wiped her eyes. Low blow, ghost app. Liam opened the Memoralink site, logged in with the credentials taped inside the envelope. A dashboard popped up. Good morning messages, 30 days. Encouragements, as needed. Random, you got this, triggered by calendar events. There were limits, too. Stop texts on day 30, unless user extends. Nora made sure he had an exit. There was also an extra tab, locked with a passcode. If Liam texts stop 3 times in 24 hours, release the walk message. He looked at Ava. What's the walk? Ava shook her head. She wouldn't tell me, said it was for you.
He waited 3 days like she asked. On Friday, after surviving a client meeting, doing laundry and not crying at Trader Joe's when he passed the lavender scent aisle, small victory. He plugged the flash drive into his laptop. Her voice filled the apartment. Tinny, imperfect, perfect anyway. Hey babe, you did something hard today. I'm proud. Put your feet up. This part is not sponsored by anybody. I just want you to breathe with me for 10 seconds, okay? She inhaled. He matched her. Good. Now I need you to know 2 things. 1, none of this makes you a bad widower, which is a terrible word and I'm mad at it. 2, you don't owe me forever sad. If you laugh at something stupid next week, that's not betrayal. That's you being alive. I like you alive. He paused, snotty and smiling. The audio continued. If you're wondering about the sunset, the last one we watched together, I scheduled a text for that too. Sorry, I'm a control freak. I prefer thorough, she laughed. He closed his eyes and let it wash over him. The next text arrived as the audio ended. Nora, step outside. Sunset's doing the most. He stepped onto the fire escape. The sky poured orange over the block. A kid down the street tried to ollie and biffed it. Popped up laughing. A woman walked her dog in a sweater even the dog hated. A dude carried 3 pizzas like he was in a parade. The world didn't stop because they were hurting. It kept shuffling forward, dumb and beautiful. Another text, Nora. I love you. That's not a scheduled thing. That's just true. Go look at the photo under the cocoa packet. He went back to the shoebox. Under the cocoa, a picture of the 2 of them at Coney Island, sunburned and happy. On the back in her looping print, don't build a shrine, build a life. He put the picture on the fridge next to Buy Lemons. He didn't know what to do next. For the first time since the hospital, not knowing didn't feel like drowning. Grief is a boomerang. On Sunday it came back hard for no reason. Liam woke irritable, knocked his hip on the bed frame, burned the toast and lost it when the coffee filter ripped. He texted the number because he didn't know where to put that kind of stupid anger. Liam, I can't do this. Liam, I hate this. Liam, stop. The bubbles appeared, then didn't. He threw the phone on the couch and cleaned the kitchen like it had insulted his mother. An hour later, the phone pinged. Nora, copy that. 2 more stop and I'll send the walk. He froze. Write the passcode. He typed without thinking. Stop. Stop. A new message arrived with a link. The walk. One-time play. He clicked. A video opened. Nora, in a hoodie and messy bun, selfie style, walking their neighborhood. The camera bounced with her steps. Hey, Hayes, you hit the wall? Okay, come with me. She passed the corner bodega, waved at someone off screen. This is your reminder tour. Left at the mural with the goofy whale, right at the coffee shop that spells your name with an extra E like you're fancy. She turned the camera on herself. If you're watching this, you texted stop because you feel guilty for not being sad enough, or you feel broken for being too sad. Either way, we're gonna walk it off. She stopped in front of the old stone church. This is where we sat on the steps when your dad died. You cried so hard you hiccuped. I said, don't be brave, be here. Same deal now. She kept going, ended at their favorite bench by the river. She sat, breath visible in the cold. I don't believe in haunting. I believe in reminding. When you can't carry it, let the city carry it. When you can, carry someone else's groceries just because. Okay, go put on shoes. Take the same walk. I'll meet you in the part of your brain that knows the way. The video ended. He put on his sneakers. He took the video's route like a treasure map, the city humming around him. At the bodega, the owner, Mr. Patel, asked, You try the mango gummies yet? Like the world had a sense of humor. At the whale mural, a kid drew a pirate hat on the whale and high-fived him for no reason. At the coffee shop, the barista spelled his name Liam, which felt like a blessing somehow. At the church steps, he sat and let himself lose on purpose. Let the ugly cry out where the wind could hear it. A woman in scrubs passed and didn't pretend not to see. She handed him a napkin without comment. He said thanks and meant it. When he reached the river, the bench waited like it wasn't still an enemy. He sat. Birds did whatever birds do. Someone's Bluetooth speaker played a song that used to annoy him and now felt like sunlight. He texted the number. Okay. I walked. Nora. Show off. Nora. Proud of you. He laughed. The laugh didn't taste guilty. Ava met him there with 2 hot chocolates because she was spooky like that. Figured you'd end up here, she said, sitting. Jordan found your grief app's backend. He says it has a sunset switch. After 30 days, it sends one last thing and stops. Liam nodded, both relieved and weirdly terrified. What's the last thing? Ava shrugged. No clue. But if she built a goodbye, it'll be kind. They watched the water like it could answer emails. Ava nudged him. When it stops, if you want dinner company that isn't sad pasta, say the word. He looked at his sister-in-law and saw all the versions of family that still existed. Yeah, he said. Let's try something that isn't toast. Day 30 came quieter than he expected. He went to work, answered emails like a person, didn't panic at the grocery store when he couldn't find the good marinara. At 6:14 p.m., as the city turned that honey color, his phone buzzed. Nora. Sunset switch. Another ping with a link. Final. Play outside. He stood on the fire escape again, air cool and kind. He hit play. Nora appeared, not selfie this time. Ava must have filmed it. Nora standing by the river in a denim jacket, wind in her hair, eyes clear. Hi, Hayes, if you're seeing this, we did it. We made it through 30 mornings together. I'd keep bossing you around forever, but that's not how love works. Love lets go when it's time, and grabs you by the collar when it's not. Today is the letting go part. She smiled, that sideways thing that made him love her the first week they met. Here's the deal. I'm not a ghost. I'm not in the phone. I'm in how you cut limes too aggressively and splash the whole kitchen. I'm in the playlist you swear you hate but never skip. I'm in the way you check the bus driver's mirror to see if they're having a trash day so you can say hi. I'm in your sister giving you a hard time and then showing up with groceries. I'm in your feet when you take the long way home because it's finally pretty again. Her voice softened. You don't owe me a museum, babe. Build a life. Date somebody kind when you feel like you can. Keep the bench. Toss the dead plants. Forgive yourself on repeat. Okay, she took a breath. This is the part where the app stops. You can keep the videos if you need to, but no more surprise texts. We can't build your future from my past. We can only bless it. She lifted a hand toward the camera. Left foot, right foot. I love you. The video ended. His phone buzzed once more. Nora. End of messages, you got this. The screen went still. The sky kept going. He stood there until the first star showed up and didn't wish for anything except the courage to keep walking. Moral Liam, VO. Grief loves to pretend it's a forever home. But it's more like a guest that stays than learns to leave you with the lights on. Nora didn't haunt my phone. She handed me instructions, then the keys. I kept waiting for the past to text me back. Turns out the future was the one I needed to answer. Love is logistics. Healing is practice. Left foot, right foot.